So I just wanted to kind of catch up with a few minutes, obviously in your time at Celtic. But first of all, how you enjoying life at Wolfsburg? It's obviously a massive club in Germany.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's a big club in Germany. It's very nice because they have a huge financial backing, so they have everything at the training ground. It's a top level club. Yeah, I feel very happy here. Obviously, the season is not like we expect it to be because obviously we want to play in Europe. But yeah, now we turn it a bit around and hopefully we can finish it off on this weekend's game. Yeah,
Yeah, brilliant. I know that you came up against Josip Juranovic earlier in the season.
yeah,
You get the bragging rights as well. Did you manage
yeah,
to?
exactly. Yeah, it's nice to play against Josip. Also last season in Schalke, I played against Josip. It was already funny there, and then obviously with Wolfsburg, I won one time, and he obviously won then the other game, and was quite vocal at the end of the game, like laughing and giving me the finger, like yeah, no, 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 we won. But it's nice. It's nice to play against the ex Celts.
Great. Now, obviously, it's great to see you doing well back in Germany, mates. But obviously, just kind of going back to your time at Celtic, how did the move first come about?
Um, Well, obviously, I didn't play anymore as I was expecting, because I was playing all the games at Celtic and I was feeling very comfortable, and I wanted to stay because I really loved the club. But then obviously I didn't play, and my club in France was obviously demanding me to play because they wanted to make a profit, obviously, in the window. And then I guess we both agreed the best solution was. To move on. And then I had the offer of Schalke, which is a big club. And yeah, then I had to move on, which is quite disappointing for me because I really made some great friends. My wife felt so happy in Glasgow; she loves it. We're still in contact with all the people in Scotland, and yeah, at the end it was a win for me and also a win situation for Celtic. Everybody was happy. Afterwards, after some time, took some time, but yeah, it was like that.
Yeah, we can maybe touch on that maybe a wee bit more later on, but obviously just going back to your initial move to Celtic on loan last season, did Matt Riley play a big part in that? How did that come about?
Yeah, definitely, Matt. He's one of my best mates. We know each other since small at Fulham,
Yeah,
and it was just incredible because obviously my coach was also Peter Grant at Fulham, and he was always speaking about the massive Celtic Glasgow, and for me it was like some mystery, like a dream also to play one time for them, and Matt kept telling me, and I saw in a derby when they won the games, and I was like, bloody hell, I want to be there, And I said to Matt, come on, maybe speak with the gaffer, and maybe he's going to ask you some question. He said, don't worry, I speak nicely, like always, about you because there's no issue. And I spoke to Ange, and he was great. He was very clear, and I felt immediately like, yeah, I want to do this, and it was really, really a pleasure, and I'm really proud to be in a part of that.
yeah. I know Peter Grant well. He's a massive Celtic man, isn't he? So that's not a surprise.
Yeah, yeah.
And obviously you made a great start to life at Celtic as well. I'm pretty sure you scored 2 goals in your first 2 games.
Yeah.
I remember specifically the Kamano overhead kick, which was a real cracker. I mean, you couldn't. It was a dream start for you, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was incredible. To score 2 goals. I think the first one was really special because I think it was like I don't know what game it was in the season, but obviously we need to point because the other ones they made points as well, and then we scored I think the 2-1, I think.
Yeah, 3-1 for
And
Ross County, wasn't it? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then I went into the crowd, and for me it was amazing. It was like unreal to jump in and everybody do the limbs, and yeah, it was for me special. And then the second one was, yeah, it was just crazy. I went, I think, autopilot, and and it just happened. I think even in the celebration you can see I was like, bloody yeah, how did I do that? So yeah, it was special. I think I would have loved to score at Celtic Park
Yeah.
also a goal. That would have been, I think, really amazing. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but you never know. Maybe one time in the future, you never
Yeah.
know.
Maybe one day. Talking about Celtic Park, you played in all 6 Champions League games, which must have been a a hugely special experience for you. What was that like, and what was the Celtic Park atmosphere like as well? Did it live up to your expectations?
It's more than the expectations. It was electric. The first game was incredible. My wife was crying. She had tears because she was like, "This is really special. How passionate everybody is around in the stadium. It's like a religion basically." And then the sound when the anthem comes, and you can't hear anything. You can't hear the anthem at all. Um, Plus, we also played good. I thought, we were face to face with them, all of them in a group. Unfortunately, we didn't score the goals. That was really a shame. If I see again the games, like the highlights. Um, but yeah, it was incredible. It will always be in my memory, and it's hard to come back to that same level of atmosphere. So it's like you look forward to see something again in the future. But yeah, we'll always be here in the head and also here. So yeah.
So obviously German football was amazing. The fan
Yeah.
culture is amazing as well. How does the Celtic Park atmosphere stack up against some of the experiences that you've had over there? Is it still the best you've ever heard?
Yeah, it's different. I don't know. In the UK, I think when the chances come, like when a team attacks, you feel like everybody's standing up. You can hear like the crowd is getting going, and in Germany, it's like constant.
Yeah,
With the drums. In Celtic, we have also the corner, where the ultras,
yeah,
exactly where the ultras are. And for example, here there's like a whole section, or in Schalke it was also like this. Um, it's very similar, like the mindset from the last team I was also in Celtic, the way they live the football, and
yeah.
they enjoy, singing, and they come in their shirts. Um, yeah, but I think it's hard to say. Like
Yeah,
I
like you
can't
say, it's a
describe
religion,
Celtic.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's very very different. Like even when you come with the bus before the game at Celtic Park, there's like I don't know, hundreds of people like standing there and shouting, and it's like a superstar. uh, so yeah, it's really special, I have to say.
Yeah. And talking about the Champions League campaign, obviously you had the pleasure of playing against Real Madrid, which must have been a kind of a real pinch yourself moment. And looking at that game as well, Callum McGregor smashing the woodwork. How different could that night have been?
Yeah, I think if he hits that one and it goes in, I think we could have taken the game totally. Because I thought first half we were like really into the face of them. I think they couldn't cope with the dynamic of the game, and the style that Ange had, and obviously with the crowd as well. Like I said, there were so many games where we could have just got the first one. Like a tap in, and maybe Maeda falls over. And it's really a shame because we really had a good campaign. Obviously, it doesn't look good via points, but yeah, it's really a shame.
Yeah. Talking about obviously better memories, better games. The 4-0 game against Rangers, you come on as a sub that day, I'm sure. What was that whole experience like, playing in arguably the biggest derby in the world?
Yeah, this was very special because it's so well talked about all around the world. It's I think what the oldest derby still going in the top flight, and yeah, it's just crazy, especially the way we won, way we won that day, and the whole crowd making the zombie as well in the stadium. It was special. It was a real honor, and yeah, I would like to play also away at Ibrox to experience that one as well. Um, but yeah, like I said, I think once you've seen that type of rivalry, that type of passion, yeah, I think nothing scares you anymore. Um, so yeah, it was a real good thing for me to learn as well as a player what it's like. Rather just a game. It's more than just a game.
Yeah.
So it's very special.
What's the build up like to that game as well? Is it hard to ignore the kind of outside noise, the media, the fans? Is there something, do you sense a kind of different build up to the game in training?
Obviously, it's the important one, yeah? The most important one, because it's like who's going ahead of the other one. Oh, 1 second. Oh, yeah. Who's going ahead of the other one? So you notice a bit. You also notice that the people start to speak a bit more about the big derby, and then I met also a couple of people that tell me what it's like between families. That's quite extreme, and then I start to understand. Okay, this is something else, and you obviously look also at the old games. You know, when Lennon was in charge,
Yeah.
there were some heated games as well. So then, it starts to get bigger and bigger, and there's like a little bit of not nervous, but you look forward to it. You know, the hunger coming in, like where you really want to be like, come on, I want to smash them. You know, I want to win for our colors and for our pride. And yeah, I like these games. I like these games.
Yeah.
So yeah,
For the football, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what was, you might not remember, but if you do, what was Ange Postecoglou's kind of team talk like before the game? Can you remember it? Do you remember picking out any specific danger men for Rangers?
Wow, that day, I don't remember at all.
Yes, it was.
No, but he was always quite. You know, obviously we do the analysis of the way they play and then the way we should play. And then he is speaking quite emotional always about to motivate us. And I think he was saying probably um, you don't play for yourself. You play for the shirt. The shirt has more history, and the shirt will always stay at the club. So you're just a name in the part of the story, and just to motivate us and get us going, and to stick together on the field, and yeah, to fight for everyone that's outside and watching.
Yeah. What was Ange Postecoglou like to play under? Obviously, he's known as a motivational speaker, like you've just said there. But we've heard stories in the past about maybe the man management. He likes to keep a distance between himself and the players. Does that kind of ring a bell with you?
um, I wouldn't say he's like the manager that likes to speak every time, you know, with the player, or, you know, likes to take under the arm 24/7. No, like you can have. He's always there to help. That's for sure. You can have a conversation with him regarding your private problems, or I don't know, anything else. But in terms of playing football, I really enjoyed it because it was very simple, very straightforward. If he has trust in you, he doesn't say much. He just lets you play, and he believes in you. And that's what I really liked. I really enjoyed the time. You know, I have to say I am really thankful because I really learned a lot under him in such a short time. So I can't really complain because for me it was a great experience under him.
Yeah.
Obviously cut short, but that's what life is, unfortunately, sometimes.
And what was it like playing alongside Cameron Carter-Vickers? He really is a kind of monster at the back, isn't he? He's just
Fridge. The fridge. Yeah, we call him the fridge. Top guy. Really nice guy. It's a really nice partnership, I have to say. It was good, like good mix of different strengths. Always keen to listen to what I have to say, and me the same on what he has to say. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm also happy that he's now also becoming the leader, the captain of the team. Suits him as well, really great. And I hope he can continue many years with Celtic and become a big name in the books for the club.
Definitely. Talk about kind of leaders in the dressing room. You've got Cameron Carter-Vickers, you've got Joe Hart, Callum McGregor. How did that dynamic work with it? Were those the three kind of main leaders within the dressing room? Perhaps Joe Hart and Callum McGregor were the most vocal.
Yeah, definitely Callum and Joe. You know, Callum had so many years for Celtic, you know, and the highest level. Is a great leader, a great person. Same with Joe. I have to say, both of them are top, fantastic. Joe is super humble for what he has achieved. It's to me incredible to see something like this. They're both very kind. Also, when I left the club, they congratulated me on the move. Also, when I went to the new club, they congratulated me. They asked me how I'm doing. So yeah, I'm really grateful and happy to have them as the leaders in my team. And yeah, we'll see Joe also very soon at Josip's wedding in Croatia. So I'm looking forward to catch up with them.
That's great. Is there any other Celtic teammates that are going along to that?
Matt is coming along. Uh, Someone else is coming along, but I forgot who it is. Wow, Lia Labada is coming as
Oh yeah,
well.
yeah.
The wee man.
The wee man.
So I will see. I'm looking forward really to. I spoke with Matt today, for example. I said, "Hey, you have to come forget Denmark national team. You have to come to that one first, and I have to
Yeah,
give
forget
you
the
a
Euros.
hug." Yeah,
Right, no, it's great that it just shows you the kind of spirit you had within the dressing room. You're still close with
yeah.
these guys as well, you know. But obviously, unfortunately, Moritz, you kind of started to drift out of the team, I think, around about November time. And your last game was against
Uh,
Ross County, wasn't it?
yeah, it was against Ross County. I was playing, and then I obviously did the tour in Australia also and played.
Yep.
And then after that, I was drifting out, basically, but not out of the team, basically out of the 11, and
Yeah.
yeah, it was just basically sub and something else like that.
Were you given a kind of explanation behind your kind of sudden lack of minutes? Because you'd played quite a lot up until that point.
mm, no, I thought also because Carl came back,
Yeah.
and I don't know, you know how it is. I was probably on loan, and maybe there were many other reasons. Maybe the manager was obviously leaving in summer, and it was a large sum. I don't know if it made sense maybe to do the deal. And also Carl and CCV were performing quite well together. So obviously, winning team has to play on. It's normal, and he's obviously a player of Celtic Glasgow, so it's also important for him to play. Um, yeah, there are many factors. Like I said, I don't want to point a finger at anyone because,
Oh yeah, yeah.
like I said, it was okay. It was unfortunate, and it's like that, unfortunately. But like I said, for me, it was great playing all the games because I did my job always 100% as I can, and at the end, it was good for me to get the next move, which also got me way off France at the end of the day, which was the most important for me. So yeah.
Did you speak to Ange about your lack of game time, or did you just kind of work hard in training to try and get back in the team?
Yeah, I was just working hard and training to get back into the team. Like it's normal for professional. I think that's what the mindset should be. It's a team game at the end of the day. We also, let's be honest, we get paid for training, and the match is our bonus. It's a luck. If the coach says yes, you deserve it, then you deserve it. Um, but yeah, at some point I had a conversation with him about this, and he told me it's nothing personal or something. It's just at the moment they're doing quite well together, and you wait for your chance. And I said, yeah, it's okay. For me, it was okay. But like I said, it was obviously also difficult because of my parent club back then,
Yeah.
which was Lorient in France, which they knew after the Champions League game the sum has to be much higher, and there was quite a lot of interest. Um, so obviously put a bit them under pressure and also me under pressure. So at the end, I think the best was obviously to do it like this. And at the end, also the French team got the money that they wanted, and I moved on. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you were kind of really popular figure with the Celtic fans. You know, your performances were always of a high nature. Um, you know, I don't think you put a foot wrong really when you played. So it did come a bit of a surprise when you did suddenly kind of fall out of the team. So was it just a kind of mutual decision when you decided to move on in January and cut the 6 month, sorry, the season long loan short? It was just a mutual decision between yourself and the clubs.
Uh, yeah, like I said, I first tried to look for the talk with the gaffer and speak about the situation. Just made him aware that how my parent club was feeling about the situation, and yeah, then it had to be a mutual decision. At the end of the day, it was like that because obviously the team in France, they were expecting the money because
Yeah,
they booked me for I think 4 million back then when I was a youngster, and obviously after that there was I think I don't know what the fee was, maybe 6 or 7, and then after Champions League it was increased again.
yeah,
So I don't know if it would have been logic if the manager, I don't know, maybe he knew already where he was going. If
yeah,
he's buying me for the price and someone leaves, it doesn't look great. So I don't know. There are many factors, like I said,
yeah.
but at the end, it was the wisest decision for both parties. And yeah, the gaffer gave me also a nice speech. He said, "Don't think this time was a bad time. It was a great time." It was, and I said the same. I really enjoyed it.
That's
Thanks to you, my career went again back forward the way I wanted to, and the heights I want to go to. So I'm very thankful for Ange for that.
that's brilliant. And obviously, after the kind of early stages in your Celtic career, when you were playing all the Champions League games, you were playing against Rangers. Did you have in your mind at that point that you'd maybe like to stay permanently in the summer?
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely, because I love the city. My wife too. Um, my son would have been almost Scottish. Would have been really cool. Um, yeah, because we felt really at home. We were living in close to Lennox, next to the hills,
Yeah.
so we were really happy there. And I was proud. I played for a giant club, European club, worldwide club, and yeah, I felt very comfortable. I had my mates. I had a great coach to learn under, and yeah, I would like to stay, but unfortunately, it went like that.
Yeah.
So
Now, obviously, you weren't the only one who left that winter. Josip Juranovic, who we were just talking about there, Georgios Giacomakis as well. Two kind of really important players to the team were allowed to go. Were you surprised that so much quality was allowed to leave midway through the season?
um, uh, for Josep, I was thinking yes, because obviously, if I'm not mistaken, the World Cup was obviously
Yeah.
happening, and he came second. He had a great performance, so obviously it's normal. I think if there's a team knocking on the door, and at the end it was Union Berlin, and Union Berlin was obviously playing Champions League now, achieving more that they can, and they had an ambitious project, with all the players that they were trying to buy. And it was great for him at the end of the day. That's what I can understand. Jaco, I can also understand maybe he wanted to do something else. At the end, it's his choice to go to America. Um, yeah, and I think he's also doing quite well there. So at the end, it's happy days for him.
Yeah.
And obviously, then the club managed to bring in players that are strong enough to fill the holes, and give back the balance in the team.
Yeah. And obviously, you contributed so much in the first half of the season, but unfortunately for you, the trophies were given out in the second half of the season. And
Yeah,
obviously,
fucking hell.
Celtic went on to win a treble with three trophies.
Yeah.
Was it a kind of, I don't know, a tinge of sadness, disappointment, envy, even that you weren't involved in those kind of celebrations after playing such a big part in the first half?
Yeah, it was quite painful because I wanted to lift the trophy. Obviously, I got the medal at the end, but I really wanted to be there, to feel the celebration, to feel lifting all of them. Um, you know, at that time, I was also playing a relegation battle here, which was also quite tight.
Mhm.
Um, so it gave another bitter note towards it. But yeah, it's okay. That's what life is. But at least it's remembered that I won something. But it's a shame that I couldn't be there on that day.
Obviously, it was a short but sweet time at Celtic you had. What would you say was your highlight?
Um, signing, signing was my big highlight. Arriving at the stadium, seeing the trophy cabinet, in one of the rooms with the classic shirt, coming onto the field. That was very special. And then I think maybe the Champions League night was the first one was very special. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
very, 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 very proud moment. Yeah.
yeah. That Real Madrid game, the atmosphere that night, as we kind of touched upon, was incredible. It's one of the
Yeah.
loudest we had at Celtic Park. And obviously, you played with some hugely talented players at Celtic as well. Might be hard to pick out one individual, but likes of Kyogo, Callum McGregor, who were the kind of the best players that you played alongside?
I have to be biased now, Matt.
Matt O'Reilly,
Not,
yeah,
be,
of course.
not because it's my best mate, but I know him since we're small, and I know his quality since it's been always top, and now he has increased it again more. Um, so Matt was really like that. Jota, obviously, um, Cal, CCV, Kyogo, obviously. very intelligent player. I have to say, I cannot say because I think on every position that we had good quality, good players, and they add up. None of them work alone, really.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was the beauty of that squad of that season.
Yeah, and obviously Matt O'Reilly's been he was subject of interest from Atletico Madrid in January, which is incredible, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Have you spoken to him about that?
yeah.
What
I just saw a link. I said, I see something. He said, yeah. Just something I see.
he's
No, but
playing it cool.
he's playing it cool. He's very happy there, and he knows his role at the moment at Celtic. It's very important and very huge. I think I made an interview also before. I said he's going to be the main man this season for Celtic, which he obviously makes and took a step up. So yeah, I'm very happy and proud for Matt. He's going to continue to the end of the season. For sure, he will lift the trophies this year because the other ones they keep falling down so often.
Do you still keep interest in Celtic then
Yes,
closely?
always. I look at all the games, what's happening. My kids is having all the pajamas still of Celtic with the hoops. Um, yeah, always in touch. Always want to know what's happening. And yeah, it would be interesting to see the last one at Celtic Park between both of them. I'm sure Celtic will win, and then I think it's finished.
Now, obviously, you touched upon Matt there. Jota left for a big money move last summer. Matt O'Reilly
Yeah.
could potentially leave this summer. Celtic fans will hope he still sticks around for another year or two yet. But how far do you think Matt O'Reilly can go in the game? Because he is, he was nominated for PFA's Scotland Player of the Year this year. That's
Yeah.
he's been outstanding. So and obviously Atletico Madrid are watching him, one of the biggest clubs in the world. How far do you think he can go?
Um, Sky's the limit, ne? Also so much quality and so much talent. Ne? I can go more and more. Also now he's involved with Denmark. It's also another big step for him. Playing international will improve him even more. Then obviously this another season of Champions League that he just had made him also a bit more mature, much better. It's fascinating. I'm really looking forward to see what's happening next. I don't know what will happen. For the Celtic fans, I hope he's staying. For him, I hope what he wants. Um, Obviously he's a player, and I'm sure he's very ambitious, and we will see what happens. But yeah, he deserves all the best and the greatest. So we'll see what's happening.
And obviously yourself, Moritz, you're doing so well in Germany. You're playing. I think you've played 20 odd Bundesliga games this season. What about yourself? What the future hold? Would you like to return to Celtic one day?
Yeah, my wife said to me last time, uh, "Oh, can you imagine coming back to Celtic one time, please?" I say, yeah, why not? Why not? Would be very nice. I would never say no. Yeah, you never know. Maybe later in the career would be nice. But for now, I'm here. I'm in a also nice, a very good club. Um, Very ambitious. Very big project also, and yeah, we see what's happening. But so far, I'm very happy. Last year I played a lot of games. This year I played again a lot of games. Um, Made myself my name bigger. It's well known in the country in the game. Before it was absolutely not known. So yeah, it's a great step, and I just want to continue. You never know, the paths in life cross. You always cross twice, and we see. But I would really like to one day see or come back to play.
Yeah. No, as I say, it's great to see you doing so well in Germany. I'm sure the Celtic fans will enjoy listening to this interview and reading about it as well. Mate, so thanks very much for your time. Really appreciate it. And all
No
the very
problem.
best for the rest of the season.
Thank you.